Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them. Yes, well,
Your statements are too vague to comment on.
Ask away, policeman. People come and go.
They probably just moved or died, hopefully somewhere else.
The hell am I supposed to know? Another nut job, I assume.
She mumbles some kind of a response.
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans, if you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs, right? It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural? Ooh, not only have you found my address...
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Yes, I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens. Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it? Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mono is here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cats. And my name's not Mona, so... Yeah? Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me.
She means the opposite. This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11. That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers. The icon of the star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear. Nothing at all yet. Right now, it's just meaningless shapes on a wall. This door is made of metal and appears to be number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good? The smoker on the balcony. This is why we are here, right? He might know something about the murder. So tomorrow 9 p.m.?
Don't worry. It's mostly all still here. You can remember things. You got this.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big... Remember, tomorrow, he's probably gone for...
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous... Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space. I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture. Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing... Wonderful! Did you talk to her? Why not? Was she not friendly enough? Were you not compelled to talk to her? Sir, watch the language. My child would never do such a thing.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glass.
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves there? Go, be drawn.
She smiles and... small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. An endless variety of source books, law books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book, there's also a large hardbound tome with books in a board game section. Who wants to read books? There's a box that says, Wirral. That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition mega set-in supplement, so it makes sense.
Wonderful board games, sir. Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children. Don't be so hard on yourself, sir. You just need to clean up a bit. And technically, friends are a bit like family. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 rial.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm.
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. A couple of spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and daring do.
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a...
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of the north coast of a verdant island. To the east, rolling Huron. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is, north of Jamrock, the strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. My name is Annette, sir. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how...
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you. Silence. No one answers the doorbell. Silence. No one's home. You hear static from the intercom speaker. You can almost hear them breathe.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric.
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. A receiver must not...
My God,
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
it's you. My God, I didn't think I would hear your voice.
Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with it.
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care. Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my...
A spot of static overrides her words. When
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally meet again.
she sounds like she's about to cry. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. Another seagull passes by. It's getting...
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read, "Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter." You wait for a minute or two, but you ring the doorbell, but all you hear is static. But no, you ring the doorbell. But what an ominous name for a hair salon. Doesn't bode well for anyone's hair. An off-key melody starts playing up.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games.
She thinks you're the gremlin child. What would he say to this?
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore. So I can't help you. Please don't call here again. Thanks.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. Silence. No one answers your call. There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat. The handles are long and sleek. You can do good work with these. It's robust, weatherproof, and lets you see things in the pull-out toolbox. This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk drawn. This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk drawn. The shackle snaps like a twig.
After you, detective.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with, honestly, he does kind of look like you after all.
Hold on a second. Is this why you broke in here? To find out whether you're Krasmazov? Sure you are. Well, you both do seem to share an affinity for sideburns, but it seems like old Kras here didn't drink nearly as much as you. Ah, very well. Let's look for identity. Doesn't he have a birthmark right here? What about you? Alright, but here's the big thing. Krasmazov looks Samaran, and you don't. Okay, you win. Be Krasmazov then. Why are you so hell-bent on proving that you're Krasmazov anyway? Alright, Kras, if you say so. The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Yes? What do you want to know? No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. Then you are in luck, because we are in the midst of a major strike by the dock workers' union. Maybe more than that. The union clearly wants a piece, not just of the industrial harbor, but the Wild Pines.
Is this a strike then? Or the first shots in a workers'
I expect the case itself to be less challenging than navigating these community matters. This district isn't used to the RCM's presence, and the union strike, coup, revolution, it's brigandage, however you parse it.
You feel something rising through you, a familiar feeling, an opinion taking form.
Politics is habit-forming and hazardous. It is also irrelevant to police work. You're right to doubt the impulse. It might be detrimental to our task here.
From an imaginary fan.
Now, was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition. You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. That's good. Better still than an imbecilic cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's right. Good. Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
What? Think? I do most of my work inside my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook, and we all have our different mediums. His is written.
No.
The lieutenant nods.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
I guess you don't need glasses, then. That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholière.
A point of pride to him.
Good. Let's change the subject.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood. Occasionally, as you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Quebec. Please. It's not funny. The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air. He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove. The man ponders his cooking utensil. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen.
The winch, outside, in the backyard. Remember? No, your fingers do.
Well, if there was a winch, I suppose...
It's hardly a side investigation. You already have a name for it.
If you say so. Gart is...
The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. Old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. It leads to a side building. The door does not budge.
Can I help you? What thing? Oh yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk. And
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings, dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers.
We should find out who this loud faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not to...
There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Another thing. Great. Yes? Yes, have you got it? A lot. For the room and broken window, 100 real. Like what? I was absolutely...
Absolutely in the question. First we find out your body is ready, sire. The door is closed. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives... This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. The fan is spinning. The bed is cold and not.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scattered. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just...
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
You must be joking. Although our pay does sometimes feel like a joke.
It's not easy to assert your right to a decent living wage when you don't have a strong union behind you.
Interesting idea. This Everard sounds powerful. Maybe you can wrangle some coins out of his pocket.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry I don't have money for you. If there's anything else I can do for you, just ask. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
A colourful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John. The man does not mind.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
Your fingers find their way into the shackle, flicking open its spring-loaded gate. The metal loop holds the plastic ID and a leather-bound pocketbook. The man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. Better be quick. You find a black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman lived centuries ago. Yum yum. Money. Think of all the things you can buy with this. You slip the plastic ID card out of the loop and pocket it, just for the record. You look nothing like the man on the document. The sleeping dock worker has little to say about your actions. He remains silent. That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. Attaboy. It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there. Not maybe later. What is this? Casual Friday? What happened, man? You used to get your drink on and your act together. you see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
A pair of found ultras.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest found sneakers.
Only that found ultra, where these once respectable speakers have been conquered. A small heat emboss on the veneer reads, Solidarity Aid from the People's Republic of Somalia.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here. These, officer? These speakers are Samaran garbage. I'm ashamed to even use them for props. Don't waste your time on them.
Samaran trash? That sounds like they're from the Samaran People's Republic, produced under...
No way, officer! These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk. No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best on sale. Well, if you want them, but see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for a little extra. 50 cents?
Damn, so you have to buy the sneakers first. A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wire. This panel usually closes the... You pull the lever all the way up until nothing happens. The spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
G'day to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the water lock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the water lock.
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of Daredevil drive. Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a water lock. The rest...
A crumpled billboard reading, Samaran butter soaks in the canal. Two ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blonde boy depicted. The sign billboard has fallen on the waterlock, keeping it open. Judging by the size of the impact and the parallel lines of burnt rubber, the cause was probably a motor vehicle. These look like the same tire tracks I saw earlier, in front of the whirling rags. The vehicle soared through the air, hitting the billboard and upsetting the posts. The side slip marks indicated that the vehicle was traveling up the crater at 35 kilometers an hour. The black marks on the roof indicate that the vehicle vaulted from the crater to the roof of the shack. Still speeding, the vehicle made a loop and vanished into the fog along the coast. The panel served as a takeoff ramp. The sign broke the vehicle's fall into the canal. The Samaran butter billboard still looks freshly painted, suggesting it took the plunge within the past 72 hours. There are two good candidates, the Caprice 40 and the Linear G22. It's about the right size, and the tire marks look like they came from the skinny tires frequently found on that motor carriage. The Caprice 40 is a very popular model, with bank clerks, topping pie delivery drivers, secondary school teachers, cops, strippers dressed as cops, very sturdy but light motor carriage. More likely than most to survive that jump. The Linear G22 is not a particularly popular model due to its peculiar proportions, which the manufacturers... You'd have to follow the tracks to be sure. The lieutenant looks on. Typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM. What can I do for you? I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about
Who are your customers?
All kinds of people come through here. Local. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic process.
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were under... And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off-the-charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind. She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. Truth be told...
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it? Yeah, it's not good. I do hope we manage to clean this mess up somehow, while also keeping our focus on the murder investigation.
Of course. Sure thing. My apologies, officer.
A needle in a haystack.
Sure, man. I doubt it, but I can try and answer any question. I do my best to keep my...
He doesn't know anything. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps. Traffic? I'm sorry, officer, but I don't drive. Now that I think about it, I do remember hearing a thunderous noise the other night.
That sure narrows down our list of suspects.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I didn't really know what to make of it, but...
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type. Yes, guess what's yours? Yes, sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Oh, you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, liquid shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go? Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe that won't happen. Wow, a very large red t-shirt. Oh yeah, the print depicts the antlers on the hood of the man's cloak, and his piercing blue eyes. Smells like worn cotton with a side of...
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going...
What a shirt. Or the antlers on a typical Martinez streetlight sits. There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. It's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh, tattoos, and tendons.
They do after 7 days, yes.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity, a fading web of... As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good...
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color.
So, what do you think? I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal-like.
Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging. There's always a chance. We should check for ligament.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram.
The fuck he say?
Talking about shit.
Malicious laughter erupts in the yard.
Big's head is a...
The lieutenant's face is made of stone.
I agree.
His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead. He is.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin.
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to...
As if someone left out most of the night sky.
So am I.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds...
A Trigger Sunshine. Mini.
Triggered is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices.
Shit, Kuno!
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it. It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter, to us. Someone should decipher it. Here, a souvenir. Don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful. The material appears to be ceramic, delicate and fragile. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons.
Oh, the lieutenant uses a memo technique, A6. That's not just any notebook. It's a classic. It's all you, baby.
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, mostly. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
I'm still approaching this as a lynching, yes. Motivated by the ongoing strike. You? 70% of the cases I get are just filling in the blanks on the initial report. This belt worries me.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt. His eyes are dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its stench. Eyes like a shark.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once it's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in I'm gone.
Into the wild pale yonder, in the past, way out in the west. I'm a joke. Look at me. There is nothing funny about jokes either. A killer. A muff. Go ahead, Coppo. What do you mean? It's the power of your imagination. Go ahead. Ask because you're a copperoonie. Here you go, you loony. Because you have. Fuck no. You're no Rooney. Between you and me, your name is probably Harry. You can be anything you want, brother Coppo. Do I remind you of someone?
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
You sure wriggled out of that one, Coppellini? come back later, Corporal. Amuse yourself with my frank manners.
The material, delicate. These are clearly not the cadaver slow. The hangman's. This is a steel.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for... No, you're right. The harbor uses... I was afraid it would be. Things...
The cadaver hangs from the car. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso. As you narrow, this is a trick. Only the lower extremities are pink. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso covered in tattoos.
Of course. You have questions. Come back later.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material. Climb up there and saw the branch? There has to be a less risky way. Someone else? You mean like the police? Sadly, yes. The whole RCM is out there right now, doing the exact same thing we are. Are we in a rush to help them? I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast. I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be...
I would really prefer if there was another way. These people might have an agenda. But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. You do...
Yeah, now we're talking.
And they'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
Silence. And produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzleloader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements.
God damn it.
A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above...
Fucking idiot! Mookabata!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's sorry too. Kuno...
The lieutenant doesn't say a word. Just...
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can...
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead, I'm not stuck.
They only have...
This is the sorriest pair of pigs.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana boyka!
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprising. You've held this, an A9 Armistice, before. At some point, it
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno?
The buckle comes into focus.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slumped, looking straight at you, helpless.
Communism.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
Fuck you, Corpale!
Ace is high.
The ace is high, a custom invented by the aerostatic brigade. You could add an ace's low to it, if you like, by turning your back after the high and waiting for another. The high arrives with a sharp slap as you chill. But then it does, and with furious precision. The lieutenant is not one to leave an ace's low hanging.
I knew these guys were
Kuno cracks with laughter.
I knew they suck each other off.
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death.
Slumped on the ground like that as not in...
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy. In the meantime, we should try to interview Everard Clare, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though. I would also suggest we interview Joyce, the Wild Pines representative. But we've already done that, so good for us. One down, one to go. Yes. And though...
The rotting man lies on his side. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Et puis descend, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
I hope we do. It's getting really late for an autopsy.
Fuck, does Kuno care? Kuno doesn't